personal all-time favorites there. A special good morning to Tobago. That's right, we touch base with Tobago, and the hot topic is the Scarborough New Testament Church Bible Marathon. And joining us from Tobago, we have Gifton Caesar and Elizabeth James-Horsford. They are committee members of the Scarborough New Testament Church. Good morning and welcome. How are you all?
Good morning, Verna.
A pleasant good morning.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you on this morning. So tell us about this particular Bible Marathon. What is a Bible Marathon?
Well, it is the reading of the Bible over 5 days, January 1st to 5th, and it's done by over 40 churches throughout Tobago, Pentecostal and Evangelical, and it doesn't stop. So one church finishes, and the next until the end.
All right, and is this the first time that you all are having something like this?
It's the 5th anniversary, come 2018. We started in 2014.
All right, and what really goes into preparation for this particular event?
A lot of work. Coordinating the churches, preparing the readers, assigning churches,
okay,
advertising, marketing, a lot of work.
All right. And Ms. Elizabeth James-Horsford, tell us a little bit about the role that you're playing in this particular event.
Hi, a pleasant good morning again. I am basically responsible for the school aspect of it. So we have this year 9 schools participating, both primary and secondary schools. So it's coordinating that aspect of it as it relates to getting the schools on board, getting the assignments out, encouraging them to practice and get things going for the 1st of January. The schools are actually reading on the 5th of January, which is the last day of the program.
All right. And how have they been responding over the years? Have you noticed an increase in terms of the participation?
Well, basically what we have been trying to do is get the different schools throughout the island involved. But it's amazing that some of the schools actually contact us to find out when are we reading, when is our reading going to take place. So that is a good sign because the children are excited, and it's really a pleasure when you go out to the different schools to see how excited the children are about reading the Word of the Lord.
All right. Now tell me a little bit about the impact you believe that this initiative is having on children and, by extension, communities.
Our theme that we use is "The Word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." So that tells you just about everything as it relates to coming together of the Word of the Lord. The schools, you would see that eagerness in the children, and because they are reading from the New Testament, they are able to relate to it a lot better. Not that it's any different in any way, but the children are excited, and the continuous practicing of it, and you encourage them along the lines that the Word of the Lord has an answer, has a guide, has a path to everything that they're faced with in their school life, in their home life, in the village, in the communities, and to take them further into their years ahead.
All right, can you help us to understand exactly how the Bible Marathon works in terms of the order and the structure?
All right, so the event starts with an opening ceremony on the 1st at 5 p.m. So the church who starts to read will open with praise and worship, and then that church leads it off at 6. And as soon as the last reader is finished, we have the other churches going. In order to facilitate this, we have a lot of behind-the-scenes help, coordinated. We have a desk that will receive the churches and let them know which order they will be going in. And we have 2 on the stage or the pulpit. We have 2 sides. The current reader stays on, let's say they were left. The next reader goes to the right, the camera switches, and so we have it alternated. So we have no break in the flow, essentially.
So is it a competition? Would you describe it as a competition?
Oh,
No.
definitely not. No. It's definitely not a competition. It's about reading with excellence. It's about trying to reach Tobago. We are trying to reach Trinidad, North America. Over the years, we've had, quite a number of countries tuning into the actual reading of the Word. But it's definitely not a competition. It's really about the Word of the Lord going forth to all nations.
How important is the Word of God?
Very. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. And faith comes by hearing the Word. So by individuals speaking the Word, declaring the Word, faith is activated. And it also helps the young people in building an interest in the Word of God. We use the Old King James Version. It's a bit poetic in terms of if a person wants to understand deeply, then we leave that to the churches to have their Bible studies, that kind of thing. But it's really to instill the love in individual for the Word of God so that they can continue reading and taking interest, and so faith arise in them.
So does the focus vary every year on different books of the Bible?
No, it's the entire Bible. So it's 90 hours of over 1,000 verses, 66 books, Old Testament and New Testament being read.
Wow,
every
it's very
year.
thorough.
Different churches, different books, different order.
Great.
We start from Genesis and we read right through to Revelations, non-stop.
Okay. Have you encountered any challenges using the King James Version as opposed to other versions?
No, the King James Version is the original, for the want of a better word. And to remain intact, we are using one scriptures, one set of scriptures, which is the King James Version, which is the original, so that you would not have different readings at different times, so that it, as I said, it's continuous from Genesis right down to Revelation.
And this is the original King James, not the new King James Version?
Yes,
Okay.
the original King James.
Personally, have you noticed a transformation in lives? Have people been coming to you and telling you because of this program, this initiative, that they've been able to, go through situations and circumstances with a different approach because of the impact it has had on their lives personally?
The impact is twofold. One from, take for example us, the committee. We also have a pastor steering committee. We have the prayer team, the hosting team. We have backup readers, media. So from the back end of it, lives are changed and transformed because it's all about the word of the Lord. Our intention is to inspire people to reconnect with God through his word, so that from the back end of it, it puts you in a position to remind yourself about what the end result would be. And from the other standpoint, yes, we do. Because as I mentioned before, some schools are contacting you to find out about the children reading. You also have, during the program, we have a prayer room where you can call in to be prayed for, or someone to minister to you or with you. So that are also, it's an important and integral part that is of the program as well.
And there has been testimonies from parents that their children are reading the Word of God. So, yes, the feedback is positive.
Great. So this is a ministry in itself.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd like to know when this is actually taking place.
January.
We start January 5th, at 5 p.m. That's at the Scarborough New Testament Church. That's the opening ceremony. And promptly at 6 p.m. it's when the reading starts.
Always January 1st to 5th.
Closing comments. What would you like to say to those looking on?
All right. You all can tune in to the Tobago Bible Marathon. The Scarborough New Testament Church of God is spearheading the project, but it involves over 40 churches in Tobago, Pentecostal, New Testament, Open Bible, etc. You can view it on TIN app, also TobagoBibleMarathon.org, live stream, Facebook, YouTube.
Thank you so much. It was definitely a pleasure chatting with you both, Mr. Caesar and Mrs. James-Horsford. And best of luck with this initiative.
Thank you so much.
Take care. All the best.
All the best.